Welcome to my sketch pad. I'm going to design new hinges, ones that'll work this time, which won't require me to cut the back of the boot lid off because that's just annoying. This is the design I've landed on. I know it doesn't look like much. I'm going to take these components here and turn them into that. Alright, it's very crude looking. This is a prototype. Basically got a hole and a pin, very similar to the late 20s, early 30s boot hinges. I'm going to show you how I made that and then fit them in the car and fingers crossed that they work. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is join these two together. The best way to do that is with a welder. I'm happy that they're going to be on each other. I'm just going to tack them together. Just like that. 2 little tacks. That's all we need. Now I've got my drill press set up. I've already got it to the right spot where I want it, which is probably 4 or 5 millimeters off the flat. And I've just got to find the center or thereabouts. It doesn't have to be bang on perfect. There we go. Easy as that. I'm going to cut it off just below that hole, the existing hole. Anyone see where the other half of this went? It's not there anymore. I didn't see where it went. Change this out to a 6 millimeter. Gonna find the hole, drill it. That one. Quick deburr. Now for the bolt. You can do this in a drill press. I happen to have a lathe, so I'm going to use that. I only want the threads just to get maybe 1 or 2 past where the nut is at the moment. So I'm going to turn it down a bit like that. Right on the money. Beautiful. That's 4.5 millimeters. TIG welding for all of 15 minutes, maybe 20. I don't have any filler rod, so I'm just going to try and fusion weld it. It's not so bad. Maybe a bit too hot. Let's try that. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Get you out of there. And the other bit, I'm going to attach this little chunk of steel. So that's fusion welded. So I'm just using the base metal to melt them to each other. I can weld up here. It's not really necessary. So once this cools down, I'll line up that hole with that drill bit I originally used and drill it out. I hope to use this TIG a lot more in the future. Get a lot more practice with it. I need to get some new consumables, some filler rod. Hopefully become proficient with TIG welding. There they are. Let's give them a quick clean up. They came out pretty good. That's the one I just made. That's the one I made earlier. I'm gonna hot glue gun these into the car after I sticky tape the boot lid in place. I'm not gonna commit to glassing them in just yet because I don't know if they're gonna work. If they work, I'll glass them in. If not, I'll go back to scratching my head. Time for the moment of truth. Has this worked? Please work. Please work. Please. I can live with that. Flippin' works. It works. All I have to do is trim a tiny bit off this flange here. It doesn't quite line up the way I'd like it to, but no. Fiberglass splinters are a real peril in this job. That's sagged. That's okay. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. That's excellent. I'm also going to reinforce this with some steel. I might even attach them to the hinge and go just straight up here. Then I can put the new doodad in. Got these strips of steel bent up, painted, and my little hinge bit welded on. And fit in there beautiful. Got this sitting in the mold, so it's going to hold its shape. I'm going to glass these in. Being very careful to keep these to exactly where they are. And it shouldn't be too hard. Put it onto time lapse and get to doing it. Right, now I've got the underside of this boot lid sorted. I've got some tile spaces in there, 3mm or 1/8. And it's sitting pretty well exactly where I want it. It's sitting up a little high here, but I can change that. I got to take a little bit off this boot lip. Now I found the best way to keep this boot lid in place is sticky tape, and lots of it. This is going to be a little bit trickier than I thought. I got a pack underneath here because these are floating at the moment. So I'm going to undo the bolt, which isn't hard. Put a couple of layers of glass under there. Put that on there while it's wet. Put the bolt back in, and then glass over the top of it. And it should be good to go. Here's the moment of truth. Time to unwrap this puppy and see if these hinges work after they've been glassed in. Ain't no going back. Bit of excess resin. Clean that up. Beautiful. Look at that. Can't ask for better than that. Can't get any better than that. That's the boot lid and hinges finished and fitted. Can barely get a fingernail under there to lift it up. I'll grab the number 2. I'm very pleased with this. Very pleased. There's only one thing left to do on this body, and that's coming up in the next video. Thanks for watching.